So when he comes in at 12:20, we all got to kind of stop. Doesn't matter what we're fucking saying.
Yeah.
And we'll say, hey, we want 4 Jager shots, and then clink glasses again.
Yes.
Oh my, oh my. Welcome to Motherfunkler. Greetings to all of our fellow Funklers. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Please share our link with your friends and family. Send us your reviews, comments, and questions. They are greatly appreciated. I'm sounding very hoarse today.
You are.
We've been going for all of this 5 days straight. Hey, I am downtown Trevor Brown, the owner of Atomic Barber Company in Hannibal Square, Winter Park, Florida. You can follow me at Atomic Chili Sauce on Instagram. The usual suspects are here.
Word.
Some of my best friends in the entire world. And actually, just not you guys. Holy shit, there are a lot of other people here. So yeah, always PR and Orlando Trivia Nick. And, of course, the Wizard of Ed, the super producer and intuitive muse. PR is the owner of Winter Park, Florida Allstate Agency. Nick is a trivia host in Winter Park, Florida, specifically at Fiddler's Green.
Word.
And the broadcast voice of the Orlando Predators. You can follow Nick at Orlando Trivia on Instagram. There's something exciting that I have to announce.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Today we are broadcasting for the first time outside of the Crow's Nest. We are at Park Ave Tavern.
Woo! How
One
you
of my
guys doing?
favorite spots.
Yeah, we got a crowd, baby.
So again, a lot of our friends are here supporting and having beverages and food. And this is the first of many locational recordings.
Locational.
There's
like
is that? Did I just make
I think
up
it's
a word?
on location, but locational.
Just in case. Here's the
Doing
PR.
it, PR.
Oh,
My
yeah.
man. Jager shot
Oh
time.
my, oh my.
Delicious.
All right, PR, how you doing today, man?
I have to admit that it's the first time I've had a Jager shot on a Sunday morning.
Ever in your entire life?
Ever, I would say ever on a Sunday. But yeah, all great. I must say that we've had a long week, and I think the weeks are going to get longer. Looking forward to it.
In a good way or a bad way?
In a good way. Yeah, absolutely. So the partying continues.
Yeah, the partying is going to continue.
Yeah, it just keeps on
But I
and
don't
on.
think they're going to get longer. I think they're going to be shorter and shorter. It's going to be a truncated timetable.
Yeah.
Are we going to start fading?
Well, I mean, it's like what you were chatting. What does alcohol give more to you, or do you get more from alcohol? And I think as we keep pushing, the alcohol will take more.
I'd have to say that in my life, I think I used to drink a lot more when I was younger, but I have to say that on average, I've gotten more out of alcohol than alcohol's gotten out of me.
Yeah? I think so too.
You really do think that you drink more or less now than you used to?
I do drink less, but I'd say that the experiences I've had because of alcohol, the opportunities that have been created for me because of alcohol would not have presented themselves had it not been over a glass of wine or over an alcoholic beverage.
I mean, I think it's such a huge part of my personality that I don't like to picture a world without it. And I mean, you say it's easy to determine that it has given me more than I've taken. However, what it's taken from me won't be discernible until later on in life.
Well, I got to jump in here and say that we have pictured a world without it, and it's every January and June.
Yeah. I missed this
God
June,
dang.
and I'm feeling it. Like, I did not do this June because of the Predators season, and as you will see, listeners, in January, I am a fucking lame duck when I'm totally sober. Like, it'll be brutal.
I'm learning how to navigate that space.
Yeah.
So
I'm a different human being.
You got me on board with doing dry January.
Yeah.
The first dry January fucking sucked. It was horrible. And I know that my personality, my charisma dropped. Now I'm figuring out how to exist in that space. Holy shit. I mean, to keep the energy up. And, you know, when we do the dry stuff, it's definitely,
different,
more productive.
It's more productive, and it gets deeper. That's the problem with me, is that my brain starts to kind of go into overdrive after about 12 days, and the way that my brain usually operates doesn't relate to anybody. Like, I'm a fucking nerd. Like, I look at pictures of myself when I was younger, and I'm like, look at this fucking nerd. Specifically, I have a picture that I looked at today that's of me and my little brother on my way to my first day of school, and I'm wearing a white pair of overalls from Oshkosh B'gosh that have different colored handprints on them.
Jeezum Crow.
And when you talk to my mother, she was like, the thing about Nick was that he was always so particular. Everything he was wearing, and I'm like, Dad, I was like, Mom, I sound like a fucking nerd. Like, such a nerd. And that is what happens when this goes away. That starts to come back, and before you know it, I'm wearing fucking sweater vests and bolo ties.
Well, I think when I was a kid, I had a different image, like a self-image, and was trying to figure out my style.
Yeah.
It had to do with clothing, hair, a body, and now I've completely turned into something absolutely different than when I was a kid. Do you have any frame of reference for that?
Yeah, I do. Absolutely. I mean, I think that's what kind of is attractive about this topic, PR, specifically throwing it over to you. Like, looking at myself, I can see themes of who I was that have carried on till now. And then I can also think about specific decisions or situations that I was in where it is fucking not the same guy, like, at all. Like, I can't imagine how I made the decisions that I made. Some good, some bad. This is not all about regret. How do you feel about that? Do you look at pictures of yourself and have those similar feelings?
I actually can't recognize the person, which is quite scary.
I've seen a picture and I can't recognize him either.
You can't, right? And I was,
DJ whipped mashed potatoes.
Yeah. So our story starts. We were at a friend's house on Thursday or Friday. I'm not sure. The days kind of got mashed up. But
I see what you did there.
Oh man, God, we're getting pretty good at this shit. This is right. Keep going.
So what happened was, Trevor mentioned, so he was talking about his new hairstyle, and I'm pretty envious.
Wait! I wasn't talking about my new hairstyle. You asked me about my new hairstyle.
Yeah, okay. And so he was being very flattering about his great hairstyle.
I mean, he has some great hair, PR.
And I was looking at it and I'm thinking, there was a time when I had hair as well,
Yeah. You should see the other hairstyles.
And he's uncomfortable again.
So, let me say, so Trevor then insists that I pull out an old photograph when I was at college.
It is one of my favorite photographs of all time.
We got it's so good.
So this is when, I had long hair, probably, almost down to my shoulders, almost as long as Twyford's hair. And
real quick, our friend Paul Twyford is here. He is with Winter Park Distilling. Yeah, one of our greatest friends in the entire world. Excited to see what happens in the future. And good Lord, he makes some
the old Winter Park Pines
booze.
Clubhouse, right? So anybody listening who grew up around here like I did, the old Winter Park Pines Clubhouse, Winter Park Distilling, and that is Paul Twyford's jam. So check it out. Delicious bourbon, by the way.
Oh my!
The gin fucked me up bad, real bad.
So I had this long hair, and I had earrings on each ear, and and I looked at that picture, and obviously having had wine for almost 2 days solid, going back home, I kind of was becoming, quite emotional about the fact that I couldn't identify myself in that photograph. I was actually a complete stranger to myself looking at that photograph, and it was highlighted by we put so much of pressure on young people now to create goals and have aspirations about their future, and I can tell you that when I was looking at that photograph there, I had absolutely zero goal of doing and being where I am now. I was actually, my only aspiration then was to be a DJ. That was what I wanted to do. I love the idea of spinning records, had amazing turntables and strobe lights and disco lights, and that's what I wanted to do. And And to think that we now talk to our kids about, goals and a journey. I say that because obviously, I don't recognize that person, but the goals and aspirations of that person are no longer where I am. Mm-hmm. It also is highlighted by the fact that I recently lost my dad, and I look at photographs of my dad when he was at college, and I absolutely recognize that person. He is the same person that he was in college that I knew as dad. Whereas if I showed my photograph, which I haven't done yet, to my kids, they were like, who the fuck is this guy?
Wait, they haven't seen the photograph you shared with us?
No.
Holy shit.
So how does it... So I guess the question is this something that is... Am I unusual with that, where I can't identify?
Dude.
And how does that happen?
So I see so many that I actually see myself in these pictures. Like I have an oil painting of me and my little brother that was made on a cruise ship that my brother hates because he looks like a mongoloid. Okay.
Is it like a caricature?
No, it's a painting that a person on a cruise ship made for my parents in 1983, 4 or 5. And he hates it. So, of course, I put it on the mantle for Thanksgiving every year. I look like just a mini Nick. Like I have this thick, luxurious hair. Like my face just looks like a compressed version of myself. As I've grown up, it's kind of been there. Now, I can tell you when you look at pictures of your dad, when I get angry, for example, I was in a mediation last week, and I was like, "You fucking cocksucker." When I say that, I hear my fucking dad. Like it like scares me when I do it that he's like in the room hanging out with me. So, and then also another sad, unfortunate story. I was on the treadmill at the YMCA, and not a mirror, but like a window you can kind of see your reflection.
Recently?
Yeah, this was about a couple months ago. And I'm on the treadmill, and out of the corner of my eye, I can honestly say I thought that my grandfather was there for a second.
Oh,
like
wow.
I saw my reflection, and I thought it was my grandfather, and that shit scared the hell out of me.
So I have a picture of my father and my grandfather. It's not them together. It's a side-by-side kind of deal.
Yeah.
At the same age, and they look fucking identical. And I am scared to death that I will look like them at the age that I'm approaching.
I don't have the fear of looking like my father. My brother looks exactly like my father. My brother's losing his hair like my father.
I can agree with this. I saw it when the other night at trivia at Fiddler's Green in Winter Park. I saw your dad.
Yeah.
Called me by name, which I was kind of surprised.
Yeah.
And then I was like, God damn, am I talking to Nick's brother?
Yeah, it really, like Tony favors Greg. My dad won an award when he was about Tony's age for business forms design. And I have the magazine that I've kept. And if you look at the picture, it looks like my brother sitting there with a shitty grin fucking filling out business forms. I love it. I love that shit. It makes me laugh that my brother looks so much like him. But
so my the point that I'm making about the scary photograph that I look at every now and then, and Trevor has highlighted it the other day, is how did I get from there at 20 to where I am now at 57, and so I was trying to rationalize it, and the way I see, because I never made a conscious decision to go from where I was then. Because I had the happiest childhood, as you guys know. For me,
you've had the happiest fucking life. Haven't you told us that you just live an existence of fucking bliss?
So to me,
unmitigated bliss.
And so I've not made a conscious decision to make any sacrifices to make a change. Right? I've never made that.
You've never had to.
But we're identifying change right now.
I've identified the change, and I'm trying to rationalize how did I go from there to where I am now. And I have to I kind of put it down to adventure. Right? I love adventure. To me, going away, getting on a plane. I know Nick hates getting on airplanes. I love getting on aeroplanes.
Has any of our listeners heard the story about PR getting on a plane and going to the North Pole and seeing Santa Claus?
I think
I don't think anyone has.
I think every person who's ever listened to the podcast knows about the North Pole story.
But I love adventure, and it's my happiest time when I'm on a plane, on an aeroplane. Even if the flight's delayed by 2 or 3 hours, it doesn't bother me. I'm going to enjoy the adventure, and I have to think that the reason why I transformed is because I love adventure, and as a result of the adventures.
You said adventure. I wonder how many of our listeners are picturing you dressed like Indiana Jones right now. I'm picturing you with like a whip, a hat, and a satchel, ready for an adventure.
I think that what I like about the adventure, though, is that it's the unknown. It's a fact that I enjoy the unknown. I enjoy a challenge, and those challenges have allowed me to go from point 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, and then. But the disappointing part of that adventure, though, this is where I'm kind of, I get emotional about it, is that I never consciously made the sacrifice to end my past.
Let's jump into that a little bit more.
So you're going with the
transformation
with the meme. You never knew that time that you were playing outside with your friends that it would be the last time you're playing outside with your friends.
Yeah, because every time you make you go on an adventure and you transform yourself, like a butterfly, for example, or anything that transforms, you are giving up
Dude,
something.
I'm waiting for
Can
you
we
to
make
jump
some
in,
fucking
Trevor.
butterfly
Jesus
jokes right now?
Christ.
Are you kidding?
This is the
Come on,
fucking
man.
synergistic fucking jelly donut that this fucking show is made out of.
Right.
Man.
Well,
Oh
that's why I hang out with you guys, because you argue all the time.
It's like watching a 1988 episode of Full House. Like, it makes my fucking asshole itch how corny this
Right.
is.
But let me tell you why the transformation is so profound for me, right? Is because when I went back home recently, and some friends of ours from my high school and my college get together, right? We go to the same dive bar that we went to when we were 18 or 20. Okay, the place hasn't changed. It's as shitty as it was. It's the happiest memories.
I mean, I think your idea of a dive bar is better than mine, because the ones that I went to at that age never made it to here. They got shut down for like prostitution and drug dealing, and people were fucking murdered in there.
I'm actually really surprised to hear the same place is open, because the average lifespan of a bar restaurant is about 7 years.
Yes, and actually,
so to go back to the same exact place with the same exact people is fucking insane.
It's insane.
It's
the pool
funny you say
tables
that.
are there.
Where we're sitting right now, dude, I was born in Winter Park Hospital. I've partied in this place when it was like 10 different fucking places. Yeah. Like it was Dexter's for a very long time.
Yeah.
A Dexter's New Standard at some point. I have raged here at many different points in my life, and now, we're hanging out here as they're kind of partners with the Friends of Hannibal Square. It's wild.
So I got a question. I went back recently to my 20-year high school reunion. And saw. Do you guys participate?
I went to mine, but
absolutely.
Weren't we the same year? It wasn't that fucking recent, bro.
No.
It's been 3 years now for me.
Well, yeah, but
4 years.
By the by,
Jesus Christ.
My 20-year reunion got canceled and rescheduled because of COVID.
Me too. And I went in
so
2021.
I went like a year and a half later.
True.
But in any case, I saw not the same people. I saw them older. And as I was hanging, I looked at them and I was like, "Fuck, man, do I look just as old as I'm judging all these people to be?"
I mean, no, I don't think so. I do. I could say to that. I went to mine and I feel like I look younger. I haven't had terrible children who have sucked the fucking life force out of you. Like, we haven't gone through divorces where we had to fucking pay half of everything we earned to some. Like, these are things that make you get fucking old and ugly and gray. And we have been lucky enough not to have that.
I think,
PR, what about you?
Hey,
I'd say that I'm the exception to the rule there, because my friends from when I was at college, they think that I haven't changed. And the interesting thing is that when I went to that dive bar...
Hey, I got to interrupt you for just a moment.
Please.
Hey, what the fuck does it take to get a Jager shot around here?
Yes, please. Anybody else want one? Raise your hand.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Oh my,
4, 5. There you go. Just bring fucking 12 of them. Let's party.
So this is our bud Sam.
What's up, Sam?
From Park Avenue Tavern, one of our favorite places to hang out, Winter Park, Hannibal Square, Florida. Holy shit. Come hang out with us right now. Jeezum Crow.
It's fucking party time.
Thank you, Sam.
So I'd like to interject as to why you haven't gone through this. Your wife, Yegs, protects you from the terrible things that I'm saying. You've said it many times. Your bar and threshold's so low because she fucking takes care of you like I don't think you even understand. So I think you've lived such a blissful life because you had a great upbringing. Your parents took care of you, made sure you were living that life. Then you met Yegs. Now it became a continuation of you living this fantastic life. Didn't you say on this podcast that like you don't know how to make any food whatsoever, that you just come home and it's there?
Yeah.
Correct?
No, I didn't say that, but almost every day of the week, the food is cooked. But let me just say about my transformation.
Not by you, correct?
No, not by me.
Yeah, that's
but let me just say about my transformation is that what astounds me is that when I go back home to that dive bar, and it really is, it may have changed ownership several times, but the shitty bar remains exactly, the smell is exactly the same, and they don't serve beers in a normal bottle. It's like a liter bottle, so you got to get like this huge thing, right?
That's cool.
And we used to drink them. There was no problem. We'd pour it in a glass. And
do you drink it? You get 1 liter for yourself.
For yourself, yeah.
Drink a fucking liter of beer.
Thank heaven.
No, we don't drink one. We drink several of them. And you're allowed to smoke there as well in the bar.
God damn, I miss places that you can
What
smoke
was that?
cigarettes.
Yeah, in this bar. I mean, it's not allowed normally, but that bar.
But they're just like fuck the police.
Yeah, and the pool table. and the thing is that and we don't talk about what we do or who we are. We only talk about the times that we had when we were at high school and we were at college. We actually don't have a clue about our current life and what we do. We don't care about it, right? And the guys and because I'm on holiday when I go there, they will not let me pay for anything. And
I want to hang out with those guys.
And most of the times, the other guys, a lot of them kind of don't really do much. They kind of just just bum off everyone. But
I retract my previous statement.
Jesus Christ. So they just like paying for you. So even your friends that don't have a job and don't make money take care of you everywhere you go.
They just it's nostalgic, right? It's how it used to be. No, it was when I was at college or at high school. These were they were a few years older than me. They used to do this is what they used to do. As soon as we walk in, they'd order a beer and we'd be having fun. And now 40 years later, this is what it is. This is what they do. And it would be completely disrespectful to say to them, listen, guys, I can get this. They will not have that. It's not what the meritocracy or the hierarchy of the relationship when I was a kid was certain people did certain things. And now when I go back to that photograph and to the bar, nothing has changed. But I'm almost living like a schizophrenic life because the life that I am right now is completely different to that life. And I never made a conscious decision to go from there to where I'm sitting now.
The picture that you shared with me, which I think is one of the best fucking pictures known to man, is completely different than you are now. And I've gone through a butterfly metamorphosis of
Are we on butterflies now again?
Well, yeah. I mean, you brought it up in the first place, right? So I have gone through different variations of who I thought I was going to be. And now I think I'm embodying who I am. And I think it takes time and experience and adventures.
Did you set yourself out when you were a kid to do what you do now?
Absolutely not.
No. And that is actually, it caught my attention when you said that. I am so you're telling me that I'm the opposite of what you just said. You just said that you've gotten from that picture to where you're at now and you can't discern your path. I can very terribly discern every good and poor decision I've made that's brought me to right here, which makes me think those decisions were there for you and you just don't recognize them as negative decisions. Meanwhile, I can see every terrible choice that I've made that just, through either happenstance or hard work has brought me to still a positive place. But without those terrible decisions, who the fuck knows where I'd be? Maybe not here.
So the reason that I hang out with you two is because you're preaching the same message. PR sees it as positivity. And I'm sorry I was distracted because Jager shots.
Because everybody else got Jager
shots showed up except for
everybody else.
Except for everybody sitting at the fucking table.
Jesus Christ.
Are you kidding me?
What the hell's going on?
Jesus Christ.
The fuck is this bullshit?
The Jager Kings.
Fucking asshole cocksuckers, man. Everywhere I look.
All right, so, god dang, I digress.
Yeah, big time.
Where the fuck were we?
You were saying that you hang out with us because I look at it. You're going to say one. Negative.
Yeah,
it's negative though.
All right. I'm back on the tracks.
All right.
You say that everybody has a shit fucking eating life, and that everything's negative, but you also simultaneously mention that you're going to learn from that, and PR goes into. Everything is positive and fantastic. Thank you, Sam, for bringing us some fucking Jagers.
Cheers to everyone.
Hey, cheers to you guys.
Right, happy Sundays.
Oh my, oh my. All right, so well, you're saying the same thing.
I mean, we're not really saying the same thing. And the reason I think if I could live a life like PR, which I've said many times, it's like my little brother. If I could live a life blissfully ignorant of how fucking terrible it is, I would love to do that. My brain won't allow it to happen. But I embrace how fucking miserable everything is to enjoy the few moments that aren't completely terrible.
I have learned to, pardon my interruption, I have learned to take the kick to the nuts and turn it into positivity.
And that's the opposite of what PR does. And that's what I jumped in. He cannot discern a negative decision. A sacrifice is what he said.
I think he can. I just think he exudes.
He chooses not to.
He exudes positivity.
This is blissful ignorance.
So I want to ask you, when you do your...
That's not a bad thing.
Are you aware that you're making sacrifices?
Yes. I make sacrifices every minute of every day. Life is misery and sacrifice. That is what you live when you wake up and when you go to bed.
So you are giving up something for
at all times,
doing what you do.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that. That's my kind of my quandary, is that I'm not aware that the life that I'm choosing to live is a sacrifice for something else that I'm giving up. I'm struggling with that idea. I do feel...
Would you rather be on the phone selling selling an insurance contract or hanging out with your children?
That's a loaded question.
Hanging out with my kids.
That's a fucking sacrifice that you're making right then. That's a decision you made because you have to make a living. That is you saying, I have to do this so that I can have time to hang out with my children.
Yeah. So what I would my counter would be that what I'm doing in both instances is enjoying it to the fullest and absolutely doing it to the best of my ability.
That's where you're saying we do it. We kind of have the same idea.
Yeah.
He's just viewing it as it's all rosy and happy, and I'm viewing it for what it is. That we have to fucking go through the misery in order to enjoy anything.
I hope that you guys disagree for the rest of my life, because then we wouldn't have content. But at this point, my mission objective is to get you guys to be simpatico and fucking hang. But I mean, we do hang, so I think everything's on track.
So I'd say that whilst I agree with the way you've talked about it, I'd refer to those things as challenges, right? And I say that a lot of the times your challenge, the greater the challenge, right?
Yeah.
The greater the adventure. That's the way I see it. The life that I've had, if I look at the fact that I left South Africa, 7 years ago, right? For me, it was an adventure. Okay. For you, it would have been a total fucking nightmare.
Yes.
Right. So for me, it was an adventure, and it was in so many ways a challenge.
I didn't move countries, but I moved from Kansas to Florida by myself. No wife, no kids.
What was the reason? I've never
come to school.
Okay. All right.
I came down here and went
Full
to
Sail?
film school.
But you went to Full Sail?
I did.
Really?
Hey, did you go to Full Sail?
I did.
Your alma mater.
How many times have I asked you that?
Are you guys about to do some really homoerotic fraternity fucking handshake right now?
Same degree. We have the same degree. I think that's how we bonded at first when I didn't know you.
Yeah, but then I asked you 4 more times, where did you go to school? Yeah. And you're like, are you fucking kidding me? You're telling me this again? Anyway, god dang. Moved here by myself, and it was an adventure. You could say it was fucking shitty, but you could also say that
it was challenging.
I completely reinvented myself by moving here, alone.
But when I say the theories that I'm saying, I'm not saying it that while you're going through it, you're just fucking Eeyore. Like, I'm so miserable because I have to move.
That kind of sounds like what you're talking about.
It's you're making the fucking choice to go through the misery because you know it's going to be better at the other fucking end of it.
Yeah.
The difference between me and you is that you're classifying this as a challenge. And you made the statement earlier that you have not had to sacrifice anything. I think you're losing part of the experience if you don't realize how fucking terrible most of it is.
Yeah, I kind of now recently understood the sacrifice only because I had an opportunity when I look at the photograph and I think to myself, oh my God,
okay,
this is all the stuff that I have actually consciously sacrificed. So, for example, when I'm living my life here now in Winter Park, right, I'm not consciously and doing the stuff I do. I'm really not consciously making sacrifices. I don't know if I am, but I love the idea of investing in community, for example, right? And there's some of the stuff that I read about a rich community is that individuals choose to make a sacrifice. And I think to myself, so what is my sacrifice?
I mean, you've made sacrifices all along the way. You just don't view them in that way because of the rosy fucking way that you view the earth. The way that you view life doesn't allow you to see it as a sacrifice. So don't worry. You're okay with all the leaders that you're reading about that have made sacrifices. You just don't view it that way.
I think
I can argue it's a great way to live. My brother's the happiest person I've ever met, and he doesn't know what the fuck is going on most of the time.
Well, it's reframing what the definition of sacrifice is.
True.
You could say.
So, Trevor, you and I, in particular, right? We have made, we have invested significantly into our community, into the Winter Park community.
We have.
And into the Hannibal Square community.
Correct.
Okay, so to try to unpack for me and Nick, what's the sacrifice that we made? Did we make a sacrifice?
Time. I mean, dude, when you guys were out there with a fucking drill putting up lights, you sit there, PR, and you go, hey, man, the fucking best thing I can do, man, on a Thursday, man, is put up these fucking lights around a tree. I'm so happy doing it. It's great. And I'd be like, God damn it, I gotta
This
put
is a
these
horrible
fucking
PR
lights up
impression,
here.
by the
I gotta
way.
put these fucking lights up here. This fucking sucks, but it's gonna look awesome when the lights are up and done. So that's the difference in the view. You want the sacrifice. The sacrifice was, I could name a million things you'd rather be doing than fucking hanging lights on a tree. But your ass was out there with a fucking drill putting up lights on a tree.
There was
Wait.
zero that I wanted to do other than hang lights.
We gotta come clean on this. PR was more of the project manager and standing around telling us to put screws into the tree and not actually screwing the tree.
Yeah, fair enough. I had a feeling that Trevor was the one actually putting up fucking screws.
I ended up learning through my time sacrifice to also stand around.
There you go. So then it was Ed who was actually putting...
The lighting of
like
the trees.
screwy, man. What can I tell you?
Oh, jeez.
All right, here's let's refocus. The idea coming into today was, where did we see ourselves at point A to point B?
Can I just say that?
Yeah,
just,
you can.
Just in summary of my point.
As long as you don't tell me to screw shit into trees, right?
The way I got to this podcast at the end of it, after 50 years, 40 odd years, right, is because I loved being in front of a microphone. So, I think about the DJ. I'm trying to rationalize, how the hell did I get?
Hey, we're still trying anticlimactic.
We're still trying to guess your fucking DJ name, man.
Yes.
for years now.
So I want to say that I've been always my lifetime ambition is to be a DJ, right? I lost my track. And now I'm back doing the stuff
you
I
lost
love.
your track because at certain times, whether you want to face it or not, you made sacrifices, understanding that you're probably not going to make it as a DJ. So you made other decisions, which led you to being a fucking successful Allstate agent.
Unfortunately, that is
I wanted to be a fucking rock star, and then one day I was like, wow, I can't play music, I can't sing, I can't do any of the things that are necessary to be a fucking rock star. So I guess I'm not going to be a rock star.
I did it.
You can play a musical instrument.
Correct.
Yeah.
But the chance of making money off of being a professional drummer is slim to
That's the sacrifice made. And any artist, there's no way you can, typically you can't listen to an artist when they're early and be like, this is somebody who's going to make it. There's a lot of them that are better skilled than other people who end up not making it. While some shitty people end up fucking making it big. It's kind of a roll of the dice. The ones who make it are the 5%, where the other 95%
less than 5%.
just kept rocking and rolling and never fucking made it anywhere. You, being smart, driven, entrepreneurial, made a decision that, you know what? Maybe DJ fucking limp asparagus is not gonna be a superstar DJ with a residency at Las Vegas. So you go, you know what? I'm going to pursue this other craft. And probably at the time you're like, I'll still do it on the side because I enjoy it and see
That's what
happens.
I always hoped
and
it would
slowly merged over to where you're at. You probably took a slower path, would be my guess, because you're still extremely talented, and you may still be good at DJing. I don't know.
Probably
but
not,
I've heard you play drums.
He won't share his fucking name with us.
I've heard you play drums. You're still extremely talented at it.
Thank you.
But you made life choices where you were like, should I quit everything,
so when
take $5,000, move to LA, and try to be a fucking drummer?
At the juncture of point A to point B, and specifically talking about music, I tapped into some mentors, and they were like, give up your fucking dream, man. Go be a doctor, go be a lawyer, make money and play drums on the side, and get health insurance. Because
your finger looks like it's fucking
which actually happened after I played House of Blues.
You see? They're like, listen, dude, I know enough about you, Trevor. You need to have a doctor. So you just need a full-time job, okay?
Hey, I have broken more bones than you guys can imagine, and it is insane.
Well, I mean, there's been a million things that I would have dreamed to have done. But along the line, I just had the self-awareness to be like, dude, I played baseball. I played college fucking baseball. Played is not really a good word for it. I was on the team, and it pretty quickly I was like, dude, this isn't for me. Like, I'm not going to be good at it. Like, I'm just not. So I quit. There's been a million of those things that being self-aware, I'm like, it's not going to fucking work. I had a radio show when I was in law school. I could have quit everything and tried to go into fucking radio or announcing. I do the Orlando Predators. I could try and do that. But at the end of the day, the odds are so low, and I don't know that I'm so great. We do it on the side for fun.
Well,
you guys.
When you were a kid, did you imagine being the best trivia host in Orlando?
Oh, yeah. There you go.
No, I mean, you have a voice.
Well, thank you.
Did you think about that when you were in high school?
This voice has come from 14 years of doing trivia. I created it. There was actually a local radio person named Drew Garabo. Maybe you know. Maybe. Drew Garabo. Anybody else? Yeah? So I used to listen to him, and I practiced trying to sound like him talking. And that's where this came from. When I started doing trivia, it was really just to survive, because as a prosecutor, you don't make any fucking money. And
I don't know if this is off the record, but there's probably a lot of cigarettes involved, too, to make it deep and smoky.
I was also going to go ahead and
correct?
say a lot of fucking bourbon and a lot of cigarettes got it deeper and raspier as you go along. And that's not just me saying that. If you read Joe Buck, famous announcer, he says that he purposefully smoked cigarettes for a very long time to get his voice to where he wanted it to be. Then he quit. So, to answer your question, when I was a kid, no, I wanted to be a plastic surgeon. when I was a kid.
That's not a bad idea.
No insurance. Like, this was me at 12. Just tits all day long. All day long. And you don't take insurance. It's a cash business. I was like, cash business? Tits all day long? Let's fucking rock and roll. Like, but then, you get to college, and I was micromolecular biology, and I was like,
wait,
I can't.
Can you say that 3 times fast?
Yeah, I was micromolecular biology with a physics minor.
Oh, my.
And I started noticing that when I was hungover, my hands shook a little bit. I was like, you can't be a plastic surgeon and be hungover all the time. So I changed that day to being a lawyer, is what I did.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I still am I think what we're saying is that the journey that we take from the time we young to where we're at now, it requires sacrifice. I, on one hand, don't know the journey I've taken has required me to make sacrifice. Nick seems to suggest that the sacrifices he made are, were very conscious. My decisions were never conscious. I was just enjoying the journey, loving the journey. And, I just hope, though, that I don't lose myself in that journey.
I need to tell you that you've lost yourself.
Yeah.
We have all lost ourselves.
Yeah.
Playing into this.
You saying that you don't
thing.
Sacrifice, to me, just tells me that you have a blissful sheen of ignorance over what decisions you've actually made and the way that they've impacted your life. The reason I'm saying that is, like, you've made decisions that you maybe here and there were cutting just the corners off of whatever your dream wanted to be. And you didn't ever sit down and go, you know what? My dream of being a DJ is dead. I'm going to be an insurance salesman. You were like, oh, I can always go back to being a DJ. I can always, I'm going to take this job. It may take a little bit of my time. Each of those little tiny decisions is a fucking sacrifice. It is, whether you want to face it or not. That
time
you sacrificed things in order to do it. And I was just using examples like, instead of drilling fucking lights into a tree, you'd rather be hanging out with your wife or kids, I'm sure. You'd rather be doing the things with your family that you should.
Well, originally, instead of hanging lights on a tree, it was, let's go fucking spin records.
Correct. You were I want to be a DJ, but guess what? I can't fucking eat because they're not willing to pay me enough.
Right.
So I have to go work. Where'd you work at the time? Regular job.
Where? In South Africa?
During the time you were a DJ, did you also have
college? No, I was in college.
Oh, so you're in college. So I have to go to school. I have to go to class.
Yeah.
So because I'm bettering myself in the event that...
So here's another theory, right?
I'm trying to come up with another DJ.
Here's another theory that I have about the sacrifices and why the sacrifices become easy. Is because it's because of the people you surround yourself with. The people you surround yourself with influence the decisions you make. And so those decisions are easy decisions. Like for us to make sure that we had a beautiful street was no sacrifice in my mind.
Bullshit.
Because of the people that we surround
He's just
ourselves with.
reframing it in a way.
I'll tell you why.
He's just reframing it.
But I want to
positive.
reinforce. PR came to me and said, we're going to hang lights on the street. And I was like, God damn it. What have I signed up for? And show up and do it. And the lights on the street look fucking amazing.
They look great.
So I sacrificed time from hanging out with Intuitive Muse.
Oh.
And
jeez. Wow. Holy shit!
And that was a very provocative.
Fucking real.
Are you getting favors?
Wow.
Sacrificing for favors?
Jesus Christ! I think we all know what that symbol means. Means you're literally saying that you were either going to hang lights or fuck is what you were going to do.
But no, I sacrificed time.
Jesus Christ! Well, I'm blushing.
For
borderline
the record,
evil.
The point in this, and the point in us being at Park Ave Tavern in Winter Park, Hannibal Square, is to have an audience and to make them to entertain.
Right now you're sacrificing this to be here hosting the podcast with us.
I mean,
Jesus,
this could go either way.
I guess so. I mean, we can take a break if you want to go take care of business and come back.
But the point is, though, so I've looked up online love language, and I can't fucking remember a goddamn tidbit of it other than I know that my love language is time.
Yes.
If I spend time with you guys, that is of the utmost importance because we're going to fucking die. So going from point A to point B and metamorphosizing through different iterations of our hair and body and lifestyle, and then being able to spend time with the people like this is the crew and having a good time is of the utmost importance. So I'm going to take a 15-minute break. And
when you say love
15,
language,
you mean 3 minutes.
PR, damn. PR got him.
Are we doing
Shot.
nippers,
Sure, let's go.
do you want to do another? Do you want to do another shot?
No. I'm done with
He
shots.
didn't get the text, I don't think.
To you guys, if you
Why
want
don't
to
we
move
write
on.
him a note?
Let's keep going.
Yeah. Yeah, we're good.
15 more minutes.
If you're still good.
I'm good. Yeah.
Are you sacrificing by being here right now?
Yeah, absolutely.
So
But you know what? It's our love language
the
to hang
thing
out.
about the sacrifice and the thing about the journey and the adventure, though, and is that you can't actually share those stories with those people that you've left in the past.
I have some really good stories.
But those people don't matter to your experience
They
right
do.
now.
I mean, I go back home and my friends from college, they matter to me and we have the biggest laugh, but they don't care.
But they matter to you in a different way. Like they were part of the path that took you to where you're at, and we're part of the path that you're in right now. In the future, we won't be like, we'll still have our jokes and be able to chat, but whatever the fuck you're into when you're 70 is not going to be the same shit that we're having right now.
Yeah.
The bottom line on this, and not, I'm going to side with Nick. Life is fucking morbid.
I mean,
one of the things that keeps me going is that nothing is going to be remembered of us ever. We are a blip on this fucking.
Even the most remembered people, even the people, the human beings that have made the most fucking impact of any human being that's ever existed, their story constantly changes. Their legacy constantly diminishes until they are themselves just nothing but like a myth discussed. I mean, think about ancient great human beings.
Yeah, done.
Julius Caesar probably did so much fucking crazy shit, and all I know about him is that Shakespeare made a play where he gets fucking stabbed, and that somebody made a fucking salad that tastes delicious that's named after him. That's what I remember about him.
Which the salad, I think, was created in California.
Yeah, it had nothing to do. He just threw the fucking name down.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the most remembered, the most impactful human beings. Steve Jobs has fucking changed everybody's life at this table. His
in a billion years, which is
not
longer.
a billion, dude. In 2,000 years, people are going to remember as some fucking weirdo. 2,000 years is nothing compared to the age of everything that exists.
Yeah, I'm going to say that I understand that you're talking about the world and the entire country, but for me, the contribution we make as men, as we procreate, we have kids, that becomes our legacy. And that is what I try to invest in, right? Is to create the legacy, because that's the memory. They would remember, your kids would remember you.
Oh, we've discussed this at length. All you're doing that for is the fucking 5 minutes before you die to make you feel better about yourself. Like, all you're doing is having kids that you can be like, well, at least I have two human beings that can remember me for another 20 or 30 years. Then you're fucking truly gone. Then you just have no existence.
I would hope not.
So all of your raising of children and doing everything is for the last fucking 5 minutes to make yourself feel like you got another 20 years.
I would hope not, but I mean, that's not the journey, though. The journey is how do I start with a photograph with long hair and earrings and end up with this kind of balding, slightly overweight middle-aged man.
Well, can I jump in on
you're
this?
Not
I
middle-aged.
I think it has to do with what's the right word, man? Being virile. So if you walk the walk, talk the talk, you can still rock it.
I think you still walk the walk and talk the talk.
But he doesn't have earrings and he didn't have a mullet.
Dude, are the holes still open? You think you could put a fucking earring through?
No.
Would you ever wear an earring
Really?
again?
I had it. My left was pierced for only a couple of years when I was younger. I could put an earring through it all the time. My right was pierced, but it not long enough, so it's closed. You really couldn't put one through?
I don't think I wouldn't even try.
Why?
Just not even for like a morning?
I'm actually now seriously thinking of it.
You should.
I want to go back to that
You
photograph.
should.
Yeah.
Grasp your youth.
Now that
Hold on to it.
Trevor is growing his hair, I think I could maybe lose it on the top, but I think I could grow it on the
PR,
bottom.
Father Time.
Hey, do a backdoor dreadlock kind of
Yes.
thing.
Father Time
Just
is
shave the
undefeated,
top off.
PR. Father Time's undefeated, but you don't go down without a fight.
Yeah.
Like-
I think that's my thing is I'm going back to that photograph.
There
man.
you go. I like it.
Hold on, I'm looking up a quote. Buy me some time
Continue.
on this deal.
Continue. I have a story about so I remember how much I cared. When I was 12 was the height I am right now, 6 feet tall. I weighed about 127 pounds. I look like a fucking weirdo, and my feet were a certain size, but I didn't want to. I went to the store with my mother to get shoes. And I refused to get shoes that were my size because they were so fucking big that I looked like an idiot.
I know this story very well.
So I got Adidas Superstars, all white Adidas Superstars like Beastie Boys had. I got them, and I got them size 11, which was a half size too small. And now for the rest of my life, because of this 5-month period that I had these shoes, my fucking toes are like this. That's a sacrifice.
Describe this.
Oh, yeah, I guess you're right. So,
Claws,
like a claw, like it's as if. So to give everybody, if you really want, most toes are flat, like fingers. My toes, if you like
Crumpled.
a masseuse, feels like they should be straight, but they're not. Like your fucking pinky, how it's just there, and somebody's like, it should be straight. That's what they do with my toe.
This like a goddamn badge.
So, I want to say that the purest, other than going to that dive bar, which I love going to every time I go to South Africa, it reminds me in such a pure way, is the other thing that reminds me of my youth and almost like I can smell the youth, is music.
Smells like Teen Spirit.
Is music. I listen to certain songs, right? And in its purest sense.
What are your songs from your youth? Like 1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock rock.
I think I'm a little bit older than that, but I'd say like
older than Rockin' Robin.
No,
like,
so
I think that song came out in the 40s.
Yeah. So let's put it this way: when I listen to like Wham, George Michael and Wham in the '80s, right? I just feel, I just feel, hey, I think about the days when I was a young guy living life. When I think about when I listen to Dire Straits or Pet Shop Boys or Aha.
All right, hey, to get back on track to point A to point B, I would like to quote the great Hunter S. Thompson. Life should not be a journey to the grave with the intention of arriving safely in a pretty and well-preserved body, but rather to skid in broadside in a cloud of smoke, thoroughly used up, totally worn out, and loudly proclaiming, wow, what a ride.
I love it.
I mean, I got to tell you, I've always thought of that Thompson felt very much the way that I do, which is that we live in an absurd, like, it logically doesn't make any sense. Like, we're an accident. Our consciousness, our ability to think of anything is a fucking biological accident. So what do? You fucking rage as hard as you possibly can.
Yes.
Stopped only by the constraints of your body and society. You can't just run around naked covered in Jell-O. Like you're going to go to jail.
We've talked about burning out or fading out, or like that. That is the intent of this existence.
Agreed. But I feel as though you're always up against repercussions. You can't just be hedonistic. You have to have limitations or you won't fit in society. And if you don't, that creates hindrances to you enjoying your time. If you're ostracized, if you're in jail, if you're put out because you violated social mores, you're no longer able to fully enjoy it. So you have to push as hard as you can, but you gotta know where to.
Well,
fucking stop.
I don't know. So let me think how to rephrase this. I have a really great thought. I
can feel it.
I have skirted jail multiple times, and it has been fan-fucking-tastic.
Well, yeah.
Is this incriminating?
You can say anything.
Will you represent me if I?
Yeah, man.
All
I
right.
mean, I'm a great lawyer. Go ahead.
Right. So no, no, but riding the lightning, riding the chaos, man. Like seeing how far you can push it and figuring out if you can make it. Like, you know, and then, you know, if one day you don't, holy shit.
There you go. That's Trevor Brown, everybody. Yeah. Downtown Trevor Brown, my man.
All right. There's something that I have to say.
What do you have to say right now?
Woo! We have a lot to talk. Yeah, I'll do. Woo! I'm changing it from woo to woo.
You did
All right.
ooh-ee for a while.
I did ooh-ee
I like
for a
woo
while.
better.
Do you really?
I do.
No, so not the woo with the.
Sounds like
that's
Rick and Morty.
That's Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
All right. We have a lot to think about, and I appreciate all the fellow Funklers listening.
Yeah, you guys are rad. Like your style.
Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and please leave us questions, comments, and requests, especially the bad ones.
And criticisms. Yeah, don't.
Let's
can hit
go for
us.
the bad ones.
Hit me.
All right. You know what? You know what's going on next?
I can feel what time is
God
brewing.
damn, I can feel it in my loins.
Give it to me.
It's time for Motherfunkler Nuggets! Do we have drums in the background?
It sounded like it.
Let's make this a regular experience.
I like it. Great.
All right, so this is where we talk about restaurants, events. Holy fucking
Local
shit.
stuff that's going on. It's rad.
We did so many things this last week.
Got a lot going on.
I don't even know
Holiday
how
time.
to make this chronological. I'm going to have to look up my fucking
Let's
calendar.
just keep going and get to where it's at. So from the last time we recorded, we had Trivia Wednesday night. You follow me at Orlando Trivia every Wednesday night. Fiddler's Green.
It
from
was a
7
great
to 9.
trivia.
It was a good trivia show. Thursday, you want to go ahead?
What Thursday? Are you in on this? PR, are you in on this?
Thursday, we had a big one. We had the Morse Museum does their Christmas in the Park.
It was gorgeous.
The perfect
They wheeled
evening.
out some beautiful Tiffany stained glass exhibits.
Yeah.
It
The
was
weather
rad.
was fantastic. And I have to say that the last 3 years that I've been, every year, the evening has gotten better. Was that just me imagining it?
What do you mean? More people have attended?
No, guests. They actually have lifted their game.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, it was great. We went out there. Trevor got out there early, laid out blankets.
PR and I went over together.
There you go. There was excellent food, and I ended up hanging out over the sidewalk because you're expected during the entirety of this event, apparently, to sit down, and I don't really sit down on the ground. So I ended up hanging out on the side, but I got to bump into a lot of people from Leadership 35. I saw a lot of our people
we
there.
had a great time.
A lot of the administration from the city of Winter Park was out there partying, and then the entertainment itself I thought was rad.
Absolutely fantastic. Christmas carols on the stage. If you haven't been to it this year, make a point of going to it next year. If you're in Winter Park.
Actually, please don't, because it was busier this year and I couldn't get a spot closer to the stage. So show up late so that I can be closer to the fucking stage.
Yeah. So that was Thursday. Let's talk Friday for you guys, because I went to the Nutcracker at Dr. Phillips actually Friday night. It was
tell us more.
The opening night, Orlando Ballet.
Wait, we have banter.
I know. Jeez.
I think that was a negative. That was a thumbs down on the Nutcracker.
I feel like Linda, my wife, said, "Did you make a joke about the Nutcracker?" So it was Orlando Ballet's opening evening.
Twyford.
Of course it was. Yeah. So it was opening night for Orlando Ballet. It was fantastic. Great show. Highly recommend if you have the opportunity to go see. It's reasonably, like, it's not super long. It's not going to take you 3 hours to get through it.
It's not like when I went when I was a fucking kid and had to sit there for like an exorbitant amount of time.
It's like less than an hour and a half with an intermission.
Did you hear the famous song? Do, 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 do. Yeah, I mean, do you know where I'm going?
Yeah, I will tell you that I have never actually seen it start to finish. The beginning of Act 2 has a very good performance of a woman with a ring, that like a huge ring that she dances on, that I would say is borderline erotic.
Is she? So she's a smoking babe?
Yeah, I mean, it's ballet. They're all
can I get
in
Ed
pretty
in
good
on
shape.
this? Like, is she a babe?
Babe, intergalactic
I don't
babe.
think so. I don't think so.
Oh,
We saw some babes on Wednesday after trivia, though.
tough crowd.
I
You
know,
missed
right?
Wednesday after trivia.
Wow.
Dancers. Did you?
No,
No, we're not talking about that.
Easy. We're not sanctioned to discuss that, okay?
Is that?
I saw a nutcracker at Dancers on Wednesday. Ukrainian dancer.
Wow. A Ukrainian nutcracker at Dancers? That sounds like the beginning of a long night. She was
giant.
7 feet tall. Yeah. She had hands like Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
And an Adam's apple as big as her
hands.
balls.
Definitely banana hands. It would make Ed's penis look tiny.
Oh, man. So that was Friday for me. What about you guys for Friday?
Friday we did the Christmas lighting.
Yes.
The chamber. It's a chamber event.
Yes, it is.
And it's one of the best events on Park Avenue.
Is this at Central Park?
Yes.
All right.
On Central Park. It's they light up the tree. I thought it was 6 o'clock, but they kind of did it at like 5:50 or so.
We showed up right on time.
We were right on time, and they also
Maybe they were waiting for you to show up.
Hey, I wouldn't doubt it, but in this manifestation, probably not, because we could be wiped out at any moment in a super negative way.
See, I love it when you go this way. I love it.
So we had the light up, which was fantastic, and then we went across to Casina.
We did go to Casina.
I love that place.
Do you?
I do.
I
think
must
they have
say
excellent food.
My experience at Casina after a few times has never been more than average.
Really?
Yeah. I just don't know what people see in it. The service is at average at the best.
Okay. I mean, none of them can speak English.
And it wasn't super busy. You know, it wasn't like a busy
No,
busy
it's
time,
always
right?
slow.
It was rather. It was. I would say it was. You know, every table was taken, but the time to serve you is just unbearable.
There you go.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking.
Every time I've ever
horrible.
been there, it's been fine. The service has been fine. Not like great, but not bad. The food to me was always good. So, but I wasn't with you guys for this particular experience.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the place that we going.
Where the hell were you?
I told
Nutcracker.
you, Nutcracker, cracking nuts.
I'm not
baby.
angry. I'm disappointed.
Fair enough.
And then Saturday,
Man about town.
Saturday was an early day, early
We got some
morning.
stuff to talk about. Yeah, I
Oh,
was
oh, my.
5 o'clock in the morning. I was at Central Park ready for the pancake breakfast. How do you say it, Trev? Pancake
Breakfast.
breakfast.
We
So,
were at the pancake breakfast.
It's a chamber event, mandatory for members of leadership class 35. I was there at 5:40 in the morning.
You
to help.
signed up for the 8 o'clock shift, and
I
you
signed
went
up for 2.
Did you
shifts.
really?
Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
I only did 1 though.
Yeah. Well, but so I signed up for the
8:30.
8:30 shift, and by the time I got there was no more volunteering to be done.
And I agree with that. Like, there were maybe 9 of us. Yvonne was there early in the morning. Joyce.
Yvonne's a buddy of ours and has really great barbecue sauces. He's attempting to go. I think he smokes meat, and it's fucking delicious. And I can't wait for him to go pro.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So he was there. There were about 9 of us. We opened it up. It is a great event. So what it is everybody's tasked with selling or donating tickets so that everybody who wants a meal, regardless of their station in life, can have a meal of pancakes and sausage. I was there until about the time you got there. We rolled out because there was no more volunteering really to be done. They started to run out of food. That was immediately followed by the Winter Park Parade.
Yes.
Did you guys get to experience the parade?
Christmas parade.
Yeah.
No,
I must
I
tell
did
you
not.
that Twyford and I did the parade. We actually led the parade.
This
2
year?
years
Wow.
ago. No, 2 years ago.
Oh.
We were actually, we kind of had the flag. We walked.
Did you do this together? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Were
we
you
were
holding
together.
hands?
No, we were holding a flag on either side. Well, a banner. We hold a banner. We held a banner right from the start all the way down to the end of the parade. It was fantastic.
Well,
yeah.
Congratulations for you guys. I support your lifestyle and all the choices that you've made.
I'm kind of a little,
Jealous? Yeah, me too. Yeah, we got a mark from Ed. So that was after that.
Fiddlers.
I rolled out after that, but you guys went to Fiddlers, correct?
kind of.
Sort of.
I went home and took a nap.
Fair.
And then we ended up at Modest Wine,
Okay.
which was fan-fucking-tastic.
Owner of Modest Wine is great.
His name's Kyle. What a really nice guy. Andrew Irvin from Irvin and Irvin Law Firm was hosting a pour.
Yeah. He liked
And-
wine and was pouring it for all of his friends,
Yeah,
right?
and all our inner circle showed up. You should have fucking been there if you weren't, but we'll catch you on the next round.
Yeah. I'm going to Japan in a couple of weeks. I had to actually prepare and get ready. And I don't know that there's going to be any time because I could tell by how many Jager shots we've taken today. It's not happening today. I'm not shopping today.
Well, but maybe there's another Jaeger shot in our near future.
I think there should be two. Where's Sam?
Sam from Park Avenue Tavern. Holy
Sammy.
shit.
Sammy.
All right.
He's
Hey,
smiling.
I
He
also
can
want to
hear me.
mention Tony Zumbo is here.
I was going to take a moment to kind of go through.
Well, would you like to spearhead that project?
I'd like to go through kind of the people who are here and shout them out. Tony Zumbo. He's with Bang & Olufsen, which we've gone to their excellent vinyl night many, many times. Yeah, everybody knows that's right.
The second Thursday of every month.
Second Thursday of every month. Yes, Jager Bombs. What?
No.
Oh, yeah, we're going around.
Does my good friend Dan Hench want a little shout out? And what the fuck is your company?
Yeah, Dan, what you got for us, bro?
Dan Hench is...
He likes to party. He likes to work out in a place on Orange Avenue.
Hey, I work out at that same place, man.
Where the other men have guttural groans of ecstasy when they're working out is the best that I can describe it. Yes.
All right.
What else we
who
got?
else?
The bathroom babe on Instagram.
Who's the bathroom babe?
Taylor. She takes photographs of herself in numerous rooms
And they
in
look
Orlando.
Amazing.
Yes.
Holy
what is it? Is
shit.
it at bathroom babe?
Yes, I think it's bathroom babe. It might be the bathroom babe. I can't.
So you'll figure it out. You'll see. Yeah.
Basically bathroom babe, and it's just pictures of me in bathrooms, fully clothed.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Fully clothed.
She's not urinating on film for you guys. It's just her showing you how awesome random bathrooms are. I know my wife's has, I think, the best Instagram handle. She is at predictably unpredictable.
Oh.
She had to get that early, right? Ed?
That's very witty.
You like that? Yes, she started it to show off our Boston Terrier, Mr. Benson, but she gave up too early. He's the sexiest dog that's ever lived. We could be rich and not working if she would have kept at it, but either way, she still has an excellent handle. You guys got somebody?
Yeah, we have a bunch of people.
Hit it.
Nasir Weaver is here. He's one of the winners of Best of Winter Park.
Leadership 30.
Oh my.
And
Yes,
and he's
34?
with 34, yeah,
Leadership
class 34.
Yeah.
Best class, like an S class.
Okay. God, that's so fucking nerdy to say that out loud. Like you're proud of yourself
That's
saying that?
That's Nasir's tagline. I'm just saying it. But anyway, he owns. He's the owner of Homespun Digital and also designed the Chamber's new website. Did a fantastic job.
Yes.
Oh my.
Yes. There you go.
I didn't know that. Jeezum Crow.
You didn't?
Yeah. Oh my.
I saw a presentation, one of the Wake Up Winter Parks on Friday that he hosted, showing the number change from when he took over and redesigned Winter Park Chamber's website.
Is this
and it's like
is this
mind-blowing.
when you're up at 5 a.m. and I'm not?
Maybe.
Okay.
I like to party.
I do too.
Anyone else?
I mean, we already dropped Twyford
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we should mention Twyford again.
for numerous times.
I gotta.
What about you, Sam? Do you have like a side Instagram, or are you an influencer and like on the side or something that you want us to drop?
I am not an influencer, but I do represent a company called Legal Shield, who helps empower families.
Wait, hold on.
I'm very familiar with Legal Shield.
Let's do this. You have to talk directly.
Go ahead.
Like right there.
I represent.
No, even closer.
Oh, okay.
Gotta get in there, bro.
Wait,
Right here. That's good.
There you go. Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Do you want to make this really awkward or just regular awkward?
No, super awkward.
Look at it folding down. It's getting lit now. I'm not controlling that, okay? All right, this is good.
That's because Nick touched it.
Like right there.
Yes.
Yeah, I put my nose on
Okay. This is hilarious. Yeah, so I represent a company called Legal Shield, where I get to help empower families, individuals, and businesses all across North America.
I love it. I love what Legal Shield does.
Sam is an amazing dude. You host a lot of things here at Park Ave Tavern, and really want to promote your positivity. Yeah,
Rock and roll.
And my microphone is absolutely drooping.
Yeah,
now.
it's so limp.
I think it was at 3.5 minutes.
It's so. It was the break we took. There's nothing left in it. His will to live has expired.
But can I just say that as we wrap up, that on Twyford, aside from the fact that he makes the best bourbon in Winter Park and in Central Florida, and a fantastic beer, I can tell you that I've never met a maniac greater than Twyford when it comes to going and having endurance for a concert.
Oh yeah, true story.
My God.
Holy
He's
shit.
a madman.
Jeep.
I gotta tell you, I did one day. Can we have time for a story?
We got time.
I had one day with
we're
Twyford
good.
at Rockville in Daytona, and by the end of the day, I wanted to shoot myself. But here's the deal. Twyford did this for fucking 3 days in a goddamn row.
Yes.
But
Holy
before that,
fuck.
What about before that? He was at a different concert before that.
So Twyford went to New Orleans Jazz Fest. This was like back-to-back 3 days fucking straight kind of deal.
I love it.
Jesus Christ.
So
This deserves, instead of a Jesus Crow, this deserves a
true
Jesus Christ.
All right.
This guy is a fucking.
I mean, it is the
He
season.
might be head of maniacs.
Head maniac. Yeah.
The mom.
Oh my.
The MOM, the Minister of Mania.
I think that we should have some sort of necklace or temporary patch that we hand off the Minister of Maniacs.
Mania.
Yeah.
I mean, you may have it right now.
I'm kind of sure that I do.
It may be yours, Trevor. Ed was holding on to it with an iron grip for a very long time.
I passed the flame to AJ.
If we're being real, AJ at AJ Chesser, he's
Jesus Christ.
He's the fucking maniac right now.
Yes.
So I think he's in the middle of a bender. So, like, you know how you talk to your friends and sometimes, like, or maybe not you, PR, because you've never sacrificed, but but most normal people can think, wow, these 2 weeks, I really kind of lived my life wrong. I was drinking way too much and raging, and I think we are knowing AJ right now in the middle of a time of terrible decisions.
Can we have another
and
one
I
of
were
these?
the last one standing last night. That's all I'm gonna say.
There you go. See?
Oh my! For the record, I bowed out the last 2 nights. So
Yeah.
head maniac might not be of my.
I mean, yeah. Didn't you randomly come home the other day and AJ was laying in your driveway staring at the stars?
Yes.
What the fuck?
I could have
behavior
run
is this?
over him with my fucking car.
And you go, what the fuck are you doing at my house? And he goes,
I'm stargazing.
I'm stargazing, man.
Can we wrap it up with another?
Wait.
Guys,
One more for
fantastic,
the road.
guys. Wonderful to have you all here.
Love you guys. Thank you for
Fucking
showing
great
up.
time.
Holy
Thank you.
shit! All right, hey,
Close it out, baby.
let's wrap this sucker up.
Wrap it up.
Thank you for coming out. Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed this as much as we did. I laughed my ass off today.
Me too. I loved it.
Holy
It's great.
fuck. Let's see. Special thanks, as always, to Ed, the super producer.
Cheers, brother.
If you haven't already, send us dirty comments. Also, by the by, when we post live on social media, we are at that place, and you should come out, and we'll buy you a shot.
You got that right.
Holy moly.
Remember, at Downtown Trivia is Ed. He's at Harp and Keld every Tuesday night from 7:30 to 9:30. I am at Fiddler's Green at Orlando Trivia. You can check me out 7 to 9 at Fiddler's Green.
There's something I got to say.
Hit me.
Woo. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
See you in the promised land, baby.
Thank you, guys.